Welcome back everybody to another JTG 2K23 video. Have an awesome content looking forward in this video. It's going to be about club fittings, and honestly, if you follow this video all the way through, you will have an ultimate guide, basically map to how to have the complete setup for a customized ultimate bag. More on that. Thank you for tuning in on the last video, helping it get to 1,000 likes. Go ahead and watch that video if you're looking for the 7 top tips I wish I had when I first started. Our next goal is to get to 100 subs. If you don't mind and you're not subscribed, go ahead and jump in, hit that subscribe button, and let's get it going today, guys. Look forward to another awesome video. Let's get into it, straight into defining what is a club fitting, and look forward to going forward with the video. So we want to know what club fittings are. Well, if you go and play actual golf and you go and buy a random set off the rack at Academy or wherever you go, it's not going to really be the best clubs tailored for you. And if you're a good player, you'll know the difference. If you're not like an expert player, you really won't know the difference. And then once you go get your clubs fit in real life, it makes a huge difference. And that's how this game works. Fitting these clubs exactly how you need them gives you a significant advantage on the field. And if you follow this video all the way through, not only will you have customized fittings, but you'll have them at the highest level you can get in the game. So you'll have not only customized fittings, but customized legendary fittings, which will give you a substantial amount of benefit to the game and a leg up on your competition. We're going to go and go over to the locker and go ahead and go over these 4 tabs at the bottom. Your golf bag is going to be all your active equipment. Your collection is going to be all your your inventory for your clubs. Your fittings is going to be your inventory for your fittings, and your apparel is going to be your inventory for all your clothing. Now, your golf bag is going to be mainly your active. The other 3 are going to be all your collective items. All your items, active and non-active, are going to be in those 3 tabs. So be able to find everything there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get into the fittings tab at the very bottom. It's going to be your 3rd tab over. It's going to be an inventory of all your fittings as we went over. But main thing to keep in mind here is that no one fitting is the same. I mean, they're all different across the boards. With whatever fitting that you have is going to be different compared to the fitting that maybe even very similar to another fitting, but it's not going to be the exact same. They're going to be positive and negatives, I guess, to your game on their effect. And they're really going to be 3 different types of fittings. And it's going to be the different parts of the club. You're going to have your head, you're going to have your shaft, and you're going to have the grip of the club, which is going to be basically the same parts as what is customized in real golf. And then they're going to be divided up into 5 different levels, really. And you'll see them: the common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. Your common are going to be the color gray, your uncommon are going to be green, rare is going to be that blue color, epic is going to be that purple, and that all coveted perfect legendary is going to be that orange color. And that's really like the breakthrough down into the different variables of the fittings. Down at the very bottom is going to be your limit. You see I have 58 out of 100, and if you click the right stick down, you'll be able to see what all, I guess, sort it by the different levels of your fittings. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into locker. Press Y if you're on Xbox, and if you're on the correct console, press triangle. And we'll get into this chart. This is the best overview of all your club fittings and distances. You'll be able to see those distances, so gap those. But how you know this video applies to you is if not, some of your fittings here are not orange, then this video applies to you. Unless all your fittings are orange, we're going to work on getting all those fittings to there. But the tip here is just never stop working on these fittings. Let's evolve these fittings, let's grow these fittings, and keep getting better as they get to legendary. We'll get to how they get to legendary in a minute, but never stop evolving these. And now bring us into our second step, and that's collect as many fittings as you can. There's not a way you can really buy fittings or use real cash to buy these fittings or in-game money, but you can get them only by playing the game. I mean, there's no really shortcut around this. You got to play the game, and the reason why you need as many fittings as possible is because I went from 100 fittings and selling them every single time down to about 50 fittings, and I've consistently been around 50 fittings working my way up on these progression of these fittings and evolution. But you'll always need fittings. Keep them, work on getting more, and until you follow this process through, let's get as many in the door as possible. Now, deconstruction. If you're doing this, stop. We need as many as possible. It makes no sense for you to be selling these for 10 cents to 40 cents or $40. Get your money other ways. Save these up. Exchange these in. Follow this video all the way through, but do not be selling these fittings. Fourth tip is these fittings are locked. Once you fit a club, we're going to go ahead and switch my driver up completely. That way you can see this as an example. But once your fittings are set, the only way you can get a fitting off is by manually switching the fitting, costing money, deconstructing, which we don't do, exchanging the shaft, or the fitting, which we will do, and or upgrading the club or fitting, which we'll show all that in later on in the video. But unless you physically change the fitting, it's not going to change for you. So here we go, brand new driver. We're going to go red instead of black or blue here, and no change to the club whatsoever, other than just the appearance. Number 5 is be patient in the process. Really here, don't try to go up to the top level and get legendary all at the same time, because what this will do is make it to where your fittings currently do not work for you. So aim for the top goal, but keep working steadily as you get there. This is not going to happen overnight. Be steady in the process, and don't try to jump up to a level that you're not ready for and make it to where you can't play the game at all. This step 6 is really going to be something you're going to consistently be working on, but try to match your archetype to your fittings. If you want to be a Bryson DeChambeau, put a power fitting on and put the powerhouse archetype on, and you'll hit the ball 360. Will you make every cut? No. But that's exactly how the game is meant to be played. If you want to be an accurate player, play an accurate player. If you want to be somewhere in the middle, which most players do, and bridge the gap, just make sure your archetype and your fittings correlate and marry well together. That way it helps you at the hardest points in your game and the best points of your game. You want to make both of them better and be able to. Alright, let's go ahead and get into our next step here, and that's going to be fluid in your archetype and your fittings. This is meaning that you're going to be ever changing. You're going to come some days with a golf game that's going to be slicing. You're going to be some days really fast. That's something I have issues with, is being really fast some days. And just want to be really consistent on the course. Match these fittings to what you're struggling with. Help them help you be able to be organized and be able to know these fittings enough to be able to help your game out. And it will take you tremendously to the next level, if not a couple levels in the future. But being able to be fluid with your game and being able to help yourself is going to be huge in moving forward. But let's go ahead and get into how to do this. This whole video is great, but if we don't learn how to upgrade and exchange these fittings, then this video is no good. So the theory here is to take every single fitting and upgrade it from uncommon or common to uncommon to epic, all the way up to legendary, and just being able to have nothing but legendary. But to do that, we have to upgrade. And to upgrade and get to fully customizable bag, we'll have to exchange as well. We'll get into how to upgrade and how to exchange, but please follow all these steps up into this case, and just know that for every no matter what you do, if you're going to exchange or upgrade, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to take 3 of something to get it to something you want it to be, just for 1. Upgrades, you're going to take 3 of whatever fittings you want. They have to be the same level, no matter what. If you upgrade or if you exchange, you're going to have 3 of the same level, and they're going to go for 1. And if you upgrade, it's going to be 1 higher level, and if you exchange, it's going to be the same level, but it's going to be fully customizable. So that's a brief overview into what exactly the upgrades and exchanges are. And let's get into more of a deeper, I guess, how to do this. Let's get into exchanging fittings. Why is it important? Well, for us to get to the highest level, legendary, once we have all legendary fittings, which is the ultimate goal, we're going to be able to exchange 3 fittings. So we can exchange 3 legendary fittings that we don't want and get them exactly how we want to. So in this case, we're taking 3 common fittings here, and we're going to change them for a driver head with power. We want to hit our driver as powerful as possible. We just traded all 3 of those. So you're going to click exchange on the fitting you want to exchange, and go ahead and click 2 more, and it will take you to exchanging this fitting out, and you'll be able to select all the options for this. Now the ultimate goal here is to get to legendary status with all your fittings, and being able to exchange those 3 legendary fittings for one that you really want. And that's why I say do not sell your fittings. You need as many of these as possible to push them all up to legendary. So you're going to need 3 commons to get to 1 uncommon. Then you're gonna have to get 3 uncommon to move up to epic. Then you're gonna have to get 3 of those to move up and up and up and up. So it's gonna be a slow process, but eventually you're gonna be able to get to all legendary and be able to exchange those as possible. But you can also do that for your fittings now. If you want a temporary fitting and you want to do an epic one, then do it. But let's go ahead and get into how to upgrade your fittings, because all of the exchanges are great, but unless you upgrade your fittings up to the legendary, they're kind of pointless. I mean, they're not pointless, but it helps to get to the ultimate bag. You do need to upgrade. So you're going to do the same exact thing. You have to have 3 of the same, and when you exchange these, you pick which 3 you want, and instead of pressing exchange, you'll press the triangle button or Y for Xbox, and it will switch from exchange to upgrade. Now the downside to the upgrade is you don't get to choose what it is. It could be a hybrid shaft. And if you follow this video, we don't carry any of the hybrids, so get rid of all your hybrid fittings. That's a tip number 10. That's the bonus tip. Get rid of all your hybrid fittings. You don't need them. Get rid of your hybrid. You don't need it. Switch to an iron. But here we just upgraded. So the negative to an upgrade is you don't get to choose what it is. It's random. But it is going to be a level up than what you traded for. So if you trade 3 epics, it's going to be a higher level. If you trade, the only one you cannot upgrade is legendary, of course, because you can't go higher than legendary. So if we want to exchange it, we can go ahead and take these 3. We're going to take these, 3 epics here, and we're going to exchange and get a legendary. And we got a putter head. Looks like a good head, actually, so we'll actually use that. And that's how we turned 3 into 1 here and got our upgrade into our legendary fitting. And now we're basically being able to customize once we get all legendary into exactly how we want our bag to be set. Once you get to an all legendary fitting, all customized fitting, you will be able to have an off day and it not show very much on your golf game. I will go off to say there's very few people, if any, that are already at all legendary fittings that have customized every fitting. They can say they're at all legendary, and I'm close to all legendary, but I've not yet to been able to fit my legendary fittings to exactly how I want to within exchange. But let's get all the way there. It's going to take a long time. Remember to stay patient in the process. That's going to be a key tip here. And stay true to who you are. Have fun with the game. Don't let this overwhelm you, but set goals for yourself. Maybe one video you get to this level, and then the next you get to legendary. Alright guys, well that's how you get your 9 steps, foolproof plan to get you to all legendary customized fittings. It's just going to be a process. It's not a very hard process, but you do have to take a lot of time into it and getting these fittings. Now, with that being said, it's easy to do. You follow these steps, you will get there. So, you want double eagles like this that's on the screen? Follow this settings, follow these tips, and get to those legendary. And let's build the best golfer we can. Now, the other key tips are going to be how to set your archetype right and how to set your skill tree right. We'll get into depth on those videos on how to get those right. And those will be the 3 main tips on how to have the legendary golf bag and most powerful and unique golf bag built for customized for you. But that's all we have today. As always, thank you for coming in. Please subscribe. Let's get to those 100 subscribers ASAP. Let's get there tomorrow actually. 100 subscribers by tonight. I don't know if it's going to happen, but let's make it happen. And until next time, guys.